This proposal is prepared for the Route 66 neighborhood associations and Central Avenue business owners and concerned homeowners who are within the 9-mile expanse along Central Avenue from Coors to Louisiana, the proposed site of the new Albuquerque Rapid Transit or ART construction project. A copy of this report will also be sent to the Albuquerque Transit Department and the Berry administration. After reviewing the recent analytical report presented to the Route 66 neighborhood associations in and around Central Avenue, as well as the more than 120 business owners and individuals who are associated with the Save Route 66 movement in Albuquerque, this presentation highlights some alternatives to the pre-approved idea of the ART project, which will include the median being used for a fixed bus lane, 2 traffic lanes, each lane for one-way traffic in either direction for drivers, and wider sidewalks for pedestrians as well as bicycle lanes for cyclists. Opposition to the ART project began when approval was pushed forward by city councilors and the Berry administration without conducting a proper environmental assessment, as well as failure to comply with the National Historic Preservation Act in preserving important neighborhood landmarks and sites along this section of Route 66. As a result, 2 lawsuits are currently halting the scheduled construction plans, which are set for July of 2016. In addition to the violations, concerns remain about the economic ramifications of construction on such a large scale, as well as future safety issues in regard to no left turns on Central Avenue, in particular regarding pedestrian and traffic safety. Our federal debt is currently at $18.1 trillion, and our city transit department spends about $44 million of taxpayers' money annually. It is not a viable source of revenue for the city. Business owners and analysts who have looked at the project projections debate as to whether the projected $119 million budget required for this project will generate the type of revenue return that makes it a viable investment for both the federal government, who approved the $80 million grant through the Federal Transit Administration, and the state of New Mexico taxpayers who will pay for the additional costs through bonds. Looking toward the future, business owners and residents understand that bus transportation is a necessary part of the overall traffic requirements on Central Avenue, and realize that ridership is the focus of the ART project. However, with only 18% of ridership taking place along Central Avenue, the question of guaranteed increase in bus riders remains skeptical even with an improved designated bus lane through the median. Investing such an enormous amount of money in our transit system may not serve the community to the extent that city officials predict, keeping in mind that increased ridership along Central Avenue is of concern to those in favor of ART. 3 goals are laid out in this proposal. The 3 goals are to save our federal and state government money by taking the ART project off the city agenda. Since we have already discussed the reasons for backing out of the enormous expenditures that are involved in the ART project, we can look at the second goal, which is to improve or replace our current rapid ride bus system that runs on Central Avenue through a more conservative approach, possibly introducing solar-powered buses or privatization of our current transit system. Goal number 3 would be to protect small businesses and tourism in Albuquerque by maintaining the integrity of Route 66. The greatest expense in running the current transit system included the salaries of the some 630 bus drivers currently employed. The next biggest expense is fuel and bus maintenance. Looking toward the future, the University of Michigan and the Ugandan motor company Kiri showcased their solar-powered buses this spring as a possible sustainable solution for reliable transportation in their cities. Our climate would be ideal for these dual-battery clean buses, which can also drive at night. Purchasing 20 or so of these efficient clean air buses priced at $58,000 per bus would be a far less ambitious investment with long-term dividends then spending the proposed dollars as laid out in the art plan. Another possible solution, due to the limitations of the current city bus program, is to approach private bus companies to take over the Rapid Ride City program and privatize the bus system in Albuquerque. Programs like that of the We Ride program, recently launched in Detroit, has successfully provided the city with privately owned buses that charge a fixed daily fee of $5 to use the bus all day in any part of the city. But they plan to provide free bus service in low-income areas and neighborhoods. Additional funds are generated through advertising on buses. The transit system provides an app that shows real-time bus schedules and routes. The new private bus system provides incentives for points for frequent riders who can earn coupons and even a free lifetime bus pass. In Detroit, they understand that the bus system is far from desirable, and for some, the only means to get around town. The new CEO of We Ride has a vision to make riding easy, affordable, and pleasant by offering the use of iPads on board for use with a credit card, as well as easy listening background music. Finally, our third goal is to maintain the integrity of Route 66 on Central Avenue for the sake of many businesses, historic neighborhoods, and landmarks that make this part of the United States and our state so special. This can be done by creating awareness. AAA Magazine writes in their recent article about tourism in New Mexico along Route 66. Route 66 is about nostalgia. It's about small businesses, family road trips, adventures, and cars, said Andy House, president of the New Mexico Route 66 Association. The Albuquerque Convention Center and Visitors Bureau names countless shops, restaurants, art galleries, and nostalgic sites along Central Avenue as must-see attractions for tourists. We propose to have the New Mexico Tourism Department create a statistical and financial report to show the benefits of maintaining the integrity of Central Avenue as a main thoroughfare along Route 66. It is noteworthy to point out that from 2006 to 2008, private investors, individual states, and the federal government, through its historical societies, invested over $923 million in restoring main streets all along Route 66. All with the idea that this nostalgic road should be enjoyed by visitors and residents alike. Businesses such as the Flying Star Disco Display House and Scallo's Restaurant are some of the long-standing contributors to our community of businesses along Central Avenue. Sadly, Morningside Antiques is closing its doors, and there are other businesses that are contemplating the negative effects of the coming art project. In conclusion, this proposal is a way to meet the three goals presented in this proposal. Of first, saving state and federal funds. Second, improving and/or changing the current rapid ride bus system. Third, maintaining the integrity of Route 66. It would be conducive for those who are currently awaiting hearings regarding legislation about the art project to consider these goals and save thousands of dollars in attorney's fees associated with litigation and possible future lawsuits filed due to safety hazards involving pedestrians and bicyclists as well as drivers. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this proposal.